What you're seeing here is a standoff between Native American protesters and white officials at the North Dakota pipeline access. But why, you ask? Why are these natives fighting against protesting? Well, this all had to start somewhere. Let's take it back. What I'm about to show you next is the battle at Little Bighorn, also known as Custer's Battle. It is the year 1876, and General Custer and his men invaded Native territory and a battle broke out.
Sitting Bull, we must do something. They have invaded our land and taken our territory. We have to do something.
We must protect ourselves. We must not do this, acting off of hasty decisions. We have 3,000 men, and they don't have half as much as us.
We must conceal our regiments in the Wolf Mountains. Our first intentions are to tame Chief Bigfoot. Men, we must prepare for
We have to be ready. They can attack at any moment. Link up, Bull. Link up. Sitting Bull, you must go. If you stay there, we'll prosecute you for your reign in the battle.
I will leave for Canada. I will be safe there.
After the battle at Little Bighorn, troopers weren't exactly at ease. You see, Sitting Bull had returned from Canada and leading 187 other natives from their Canadian refuge back into the United States. When he returned, he taught natives what is known as the ghost dance. And aside from them already being afraid of what they could do, they just couldn't fathom losing another battle.
I come here with you today, my people, to bring to you a ritual that will rid us of the right man's skin. His pale skin will no longer steal our buffalo or take our women and land. And although it was through violence, we won our last battle, we will not feel victory. The buffalo will roam freely again.
This was just the beginning of natives taking a stand for themselves. However, every time did not result in victory. As time went on, winter arrived and it was now 1890. The Sioux Dakota people of South Dakota knew not what horrific tragedy awaited them. For on December 29th, feared U.S. soldiers invaded native territory and a battle broke out in Wounded Knee Creek. They murdered over 300 men, women, children, and elderly.
I am here to tell you the story of the Wounded Knee Massacre. I remember as if it were yesterday. Hearts grew faint and bodies grew old. What is known in my mind is embedded in my soul. We danced the night away in hopes that the white man will go. Lingering footprints gathered in the snow, we just wanted to bring peace back to our land. The whites never honored any treaty, and when they offered us peace, it was lies. They just wanted to have our chief in bondage and take away our very pride. They assassinated Sitting Bull. They were afraid that we would hurt them. Who knew that the crack of a single rifle would bring about the infamy and massacre of an entire people? They made a sport out of whipping and chasing our women, and they dumped the bodies of our Lakota people into one mass grave. But this was giving the U.S. government a lot of negative attention. So they began showing their different ways of remorse for our people's loss. Though some spread their antagonizing words of hate.
So I guess we're going to talk about our ongoing feud, huh?
Of course, a feud started by you.
You natives started it all.
No, we were fed up. They would shoot and skin our buffalo and ship them to the east to be sold as clothing. They wiped out our food supply. We were forced to live off government-issued food rations just so we wouldn't starve and live on reservations.
We were only trying to civilize them. We couldn't risk them hurting us first.
Civilize us? You were only trying to kill us and take what we had.
Well, in our defense, we already were afraid of you people. After Custer's battle, we were self-defense mode at all times. Then the argument with the old man broke out, shots and fired. We had to defend ourselves.
The battle was caused by you and your intolerance to be safe in an environment that you stole.
Well, we had to make ourselves safe. If you all would have cooperated, all this would have been avoided.
Avoided? You simply showed no respect to any of our people. Even after the battle, she spoke of our people as greasy savages and said things like, we cannot honestly regret their extermination.
We offered you a statement of regret, showing our remorse for you savages lost. Was that not enough? What the media said had nothing to do with us.
A statement of regret should not be mistaken as an apology. We long asked for a presidential apology for the 1890 massacre. However, one was never received.
You little incredible. We did other things. For example, Congress passed a concurrent resolution, number 153, stating the battle was a massacre, giving the deaths of you people a sad title.
I don't want to hear it. That was just a way of bettering you all's appearance. What about those 23 congressional medals that your soldiers were awarded with? Those were never revoked.
We gave you everything. After the battle, the government in 1995 did so much to put your heads in our pools.
Exactly. You tried to appease us by putting our faces on your merchandise? That is like putting the heads of your enemies on pipes, and that just did not sit well with us. Plus, what do you have to say of what was left of our Lakota people?
What?
You may be asking, what was left of the Lakota people? Was there anyone left?
Wounded Knee Massacre of 1890. After 4 long days had passed by, I was found in 40-degree weather, lying among the dead and protected by the still corpse of my dead mother. General Leonard Colby took me from my Lakota people and marked himself as my father. He brought me into his home without consulting his wife, and they raised me as a white Native girl in an unaccepted community. I was exposed to so much hate and racism, and the man I knew to be my father had lost interest in my family and abandoned us for the family's next need, leaving us to poverty. He was a very corrupt man. He abused and molested me, resulting in my first stillborn child. Took away my pride. My father couldn't handle me, and my mother decided that I belonged in an institution. So I later became a prostitute. After my days of prostitution, I settled down and got married, but unfortunately, one of my many husbands had affected me with syphilis, something I had to live with the rest of my life. I knew no Indians, and my ethnicity had been stripped from me. So, I wonder what life would have been like if I had not been found that day, but the past is gone. I died from an influenza epidemic in 1920 on the day of St. Valentine. My people found a place where my bones lie, and they returned me to the same place I had been taken from. I'm in Calil, Spirit.
Sadly, there were many situations like St. Calil. The Dawes Act of 1887 forced natives to be stripped of their identity and to attend boarding schools. In an act to regain their freedom on February 27, 1973, Wounded Knee was the site of a 71-day standoff between the American Indian movement and federal law enforcement officials. After this battle, many celebrities protested and spoke out on behalf of the harsh treatment towards the natives.
And the award winner is Marlon Brando, the Godfather. But accepting this award today will be Sasheen Littlefeather.
Hello, my name is Sasheen Littlefeather and I'm Apache. I'm here on behalf of Marlon Brando to inform that he very regretfully cannot accept this very dubious award due to harsh treatment of Native Americans in the film industry. Also, recent happenings at Wounded Knee. I thank you on behalf of Marlon Brando.
Though it may seem as if everything being done at this point was for the benefit of the natives, it wasn't. There was also lots of mockery being made towards the natives through things like video games and movies. And even after, when people tried to speak out through forms of like songs, they would be banned.
Extra, read all about it. Red Bones were all wounded and Wounded Knee, banned by radio stations on the West Coast.
And even after the monstrous seizure of the natives' land, landowners still tried to continue to take what little the natives had left. And knowing that they couldn't afford to buy their land back, this injustice still goes on. Today, natives face other things like the Dakota Standing Rock oil and water situation. This has never been solved. And even still, celebrities are speaking out and protesting on behalf of these natives.
This Dakota Standing Rock protest has become a cry for justice as natives fight against Dakota Access, a nearly 1,200-mile pipeline running from the back end oil fields to Illinois. Miss, how do you feel about what's going on here today?
There are 3 bulldozers in the land and the police are attacking us.
How do you feel about the transportation of oil over this land?
It's like the Rosa Parks of Native Americans. And I remember why we have anything, we remember Rosa Parks. And I remember why we, the Native Americans, have anything, we remember Wounded Knee. This is a part of Wounded Knee. If they take this away, they're taking everything we have.
It's just good to hear that even today, people attempt to protect what little the impoverished and those who have. But the question still remains.
Will you take a